So I don't know if many of you know this, but I started working when I was 15. And I started working when I was 15 because I wanted to gain financial independence, and full credit to my parents for allowing me to go out and work while I was studying. I think the first thing that I realized when I started working was um, I became aware of my gender, very acutely aware of my gender. At home, I was never treated differently from the boys, so I never perceived, obviously I knew I was a girl, but it was never a thing, like it wasn't a big deal. But it was when I started working that I realized, oh, I'm a woman. The world treats women differently. I have to be careful about my safety, my security. I have to be careful if I'm traveling by bus. On the night bus, I have to, call my parents and let them know I've reached or I'm safe. And then, of course, at the workplace also, I saw a difference in treatment. I was fortunate because sometimes I would get attention because I was attractive. That would sometimes help, but many times it wouldn't. It would work against me. So there was a lot that I had to, I think, navigate, which I think all women who start working in what is a largely male-dominated society discover along the way, as I did in my case. When I started working in film, I realized, oh, the men are treated very differently from the women. The expectation of professionalism is very different for women and for men. It was respected if the girl would come to shoot on time and be ready on time and wait endlessly for her male counterpart to arrive and get ready and arrive on set. So it was interesting. But I think what I learned along the way was two things that my father actually once told me when I just started working in film. He said, always pay your taxes so that you can sleep peacefully at night. So I've always paid my taxes. And the other thing that he always said to me was, don't do anything that does not resonate with your heart. So only do that which makes you truly happy. Because you're fortunate enough to be in a creative field where you can stimulate your senses and enjoy what you're doing. So there's no reason for you to assign value or do anything that makes you feel commodified. So that is the one thing that I've tried to ensure, Minoji, along my career, is to never allow anybody to turn me into a commodity.
I think all the youngsters who are pursuing their dreams in the fashion industry, in the film industry, I feel in any industry, that is something, I think that's a golden advice that we should all inculcate, all the youngsters. Never allow...
Pay your taxes.
And pay your taxes.
And don't sell your soul.
Yes. As an actor, Diya, you have worked in a plethora of films. Some are light-hearted, while others bring forth pressing issues in our society that people seldom talk about. And as you are maturing as an actor, are you leaning towards films that send a very important message? What is it that draws you to a script? How is it that you choose your scripts?
You know, Minoji, because I've been working since I was so young, I started working in film when I was 18. And it's been 22 years in film now. And in the last decade, I've realized that life is so short, time is so precious, and the love is so deep for storytelling. I want to be a part of stories that help make a difference. So I'm always seeking out characters and stories that at some level impact positive change in society, because I think cinema is a very powerful instrument of social change. And now that I'm a mother, it's so hard. Like I feel separation anxiety when I'm away from my children. And the only reason that is good enough for me to go away from my children to be on a film set is if I know that when my children watch this story, it's going to make a difference in their lives. They're going to become better people. They're going to be better informed. They're going to care more. So those are the kind of stories that I choose. And thankfully, those are the kind of stories that are choosing me. So I'm very fortunate. I have two wonderful films coming up this year. One is a film called Bheed by Anubhav Sinha, who I last did a film called Thappad with. And the other film that I'm doing is with a first-time director called Tarun Dudeja. He's made a film called Dhak Dhak with 4 women, Ratna Patak Shah, Fatima Sana Sheikh, Sanjana Sanghi and me. And it's a story about 4 women who ride a bike to the highest motorable pass in the world called Khardungla. And how they get there, why they go there is the story. So that's the kind of cinema that I'm a part of now, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah, I think it's a very different and a unique role, and I wanted to ask you about Dhak Dhak. How did you choose to do it? It's not easy riding a bike, so did you really learn how to ride a bike?
It's not easy riding a bike, and it's not really easy riding a bike in a burqa in 40 degrees centigrade. समझ रही हैं ना आप मेरी बात को? But you know, Meenu ji, it was the most amazing thing because मैं ये काफ़ी बार कहती हूँ कि एजिज्म बहुत प्रेवलेंट है सोसाइटी में. हर काम के लिए कहते हैं अरे यार अब तुम्हारी उम्र हो गई अभी कैसे करोगे, या कुछ भी अच्छा होता है तो यू नो इवन अ कॉम्प्लीमेंट कम्स लाइक अरे यू स्टिल लुक सो यंग. It's not a compliment. You're basically assigning more value to youth than you are to maturity, which is not a great thing because that just then you're going back to being ageist. And our industry and our stories are ageist. So for the longest time when I was in my 30s, I would constantly be told that women have a shelf life, that you will only play certain parts till a certain age. So I'm most kicked about the fact that I'm doing the best jobs of my life after I passed the age, crossed the age of 30, 40. And I used to always, so riding a bike was on my bucket list. I never got down to doing it. I was petrified. Accident ho jayega, kuch ho jayega. And when the film came along, I said, this is it. This is the opportunity to conquer a fear and learn something new. And believe it or not, and I'm saying this to all the ladies out there, that one day was the session learning about the bike. And on day 2, I was riding the bike. That's
Fantastic.
how simple it was. So I think we tend to make things to be bigger and more difficult in our heads. When we actually get down to doing things, it's very different. And I would say that too for all our fears. When we let go of them or we acknowledge and accept them is when we truly feel free.
Yes, completely true, Diya. And I can kind of, experience or empathize with what you went through because I am a rider. But I started riding when I was 48 years old.
Yay!
And
well done.
And when
Do you ride in a sari? Is it possible?
It is possible if you wear it in a different style, dhoti style. Yes, you can. I have an outfit already stitched for that. But I remember
Amazing.
when
What a visual. Imagine what a beautiful, powerful visual.
when I started to ride, it was kind of funny because when I was on the road, I saw people literally fall off their bikes. Okay, a woman is riding a big, bad bike and just smiling away. They couldn't believe it.
You know, my husband came for the training on day 2 just to watch me and kind of cheer me on. I think he fell in love with me a little harder that day because he was like, what is going on here? This is like the most powerful visual. It's very cool. I want to see you ride a bike, Meenu ji.
Diya, you are flying out in the night. Otherwise, I would have taken you for a ride tomorrow.
What fun.
And I have a beautiful bike. She's hand painted, full of flowers, and I
Wow.
call her my Sony.
How lovely.
Okay, Diya, we are running short of time. I really wish I could have chatted to you for a longer time, but I'll quickly do a rapid fire round because everything we've talked about up till now has been on a serious note.
And I don't want a hamper at the end of it.
I don't have a hamper. I'm not coffee with Karan.
Good.
So the rules are very simple. I ask you questions. There are not so many of them also. They're just 5. And you tell me the first thing which comes to your mind, right? So we'll start. Question number 1. Your favorite color?
White.
Your comfort food?
Dal, chawal, ghee, achar.
But I know you're a very good cook also.
Yeah.
You really enjoy cooking, right?
Yes.
And she can make really complicated stuff. She's a true Hyderabadi girl.
Yes.
Your favorite role?
Being a mother.
I cannot, say I don't agree. Yes, always. Dogs or cats?
Both.
An animal lover? Wrong question. I should
Yeah.
not have asked her that.
Yeah.
Tea or coffee?
टी, वो भी काली चाय लेमन ग्रास और गुड़ के साथ.
Handloom or Western outfit?
Handloom any day.
Great. Fantastic. So Diya, it was a very short interaction. आपको एक बारी और आना पड़ेगा क्योंकि दिल अभी भरा नहीं है, but टाइम इजाज़त नहीं देता है कि आपसे ये मुलाकात और हम लंबी करें. So it has been an extreme honor, Diya, to have you over here, and I'll hold you to your promise. You have to come again, and I'll take you on a bike ride.
I will, Minuji. Thank you so much. Thank you for being such a gracious and generous audience. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, everyone.
Lots of love to all of you. I hope you have a wonderful new year. And I hope we can all find ways to be a little more responsible towards that which provides us everything, our planet. Thank you.